I saw that Jeremy Fowler report, and that would line up with the idea that Brian Johnson was kind of operating within the confines of what Nick Sirianni wanted, right? That there is a fall guy component to this because, like, perhaps there were third downs when he wanted to be more aggressive, right? Or perhaps, like, his way of thinking was a little bit different than the way the Eagles went because, like Nick Sirianni says, he has a heavy hand in the offense. So I don't know that to be the case in terms of what the other staff members think, but there was a thought that Brian Johnson was, as I said, operating within the confines of Nick Sirianni's offense.
It also tracks with some things I was hearing over the course of the second half of the season about just how dramatic things were in the building and turbulent they were behind the scenes. And when stuff like that happens, you can either like fully clean house, and we talked about that as a possibility, or you can start fresh with, I guess, just Nick Sirianni and see who else is gonna stay around. I'm very curious to see, the pairing of coordinators they hire, if this is going to be the kind of thing where our read from the outside is sort of Jeffrey doing what he did with Chip Kelly. Like, okay, I'm going to give you your chance to do it on your terms, and if it doesn't work, that's going to be it. Mm-hmm. Or if it's going to be more, all right, I got to hold your hand now.
Sure.
And you're going to work with the people who I know and who are professional. And, if it's Ron Rivera and, Pat Shurmur, to pull a name, it's not going to be Pat Shurmur. But, like, if those are the guys they bring in and it's like, okay, this person needs some adults around him, and I'm going to be the one to put them around him. That's one way of doing it. Or if it's Kevin Patullo and, I don't know, some defensive guy who Nick worked with in the past, and it's like, okay, go ahead. Yeah. Let's see how you do. Those are the two extremes, but I think that will tell us about what Jeffrey Lurie really thinks of Nick Sirianni at the moment.
You're right. If this is Nick's hire or if this is Howie and Jeffrey's hire, that's critical here. Are you empowering Nick, or are you essentially signaling to the league that Nick's here, but we're running the show, right? That I'm very curious to see.
We all silly like the mayor.